Hello, this is Manesh Patel from Ichimoku Today is August 17, 2014. This is our bi-weekly analysis for the currency Forex market, where we cover all the different currencies out there. Let's go for our normal procedures. This is our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you do that at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see are basically from TradeStation today. If you want to contact us, here are our phone numbers here worldwide. Here's our email address, which is at info@eiicapital.com. You could also access our website, ichimokutrade.com, where we have a lot of free videos. You could access our scanners, our multiple time frame email alerts, and various other trading tools. In fact, one of the things you should look at is we actually did a live webinar this week on the whole website, and all the trading tools are available, and kind of demystified all the tools and showed everyone that's there, including our enhancements. So if you go to the ichimokutrade.com, go to videos, and go to the navigation on the right hand side, you'll see a thing that says heat map video tutorials. Click on that and it'll take you to the August webinar that we just did, and you could even see how you could generate daily reports that come to you based on scan filters that you set up. It's a very valuable tool where you could avoid looking at a lot of bad charts and really spend your time concentrating on real opportunities compared to fake. Okay, let's begin. Let's go straight to TradeStation and start looking at currencies. Remember, on the daily time, the left hand side is the daily. Can't speak today. Is the daily time frame. On the right hand side is basically the weekly time frame, and you can see I have support resistances laid out, both the daily and weekly. And believe it or not, these on the daily are the same ones on the weekly. So I've laid out everything long term, which are based on the weekly charts, so you can kind of see where they're at in terms of daily. Okay, so let's go straight to the first one, Australian CAD. You can see Australian CAD here is just kind of looking like it's trying to go bullish here, but they're showing signs of weakness, believe it or not, and it's trying to go bullish. So this is going lower and lower and lower. Major resistance this guy has to overcome is here at 197. If it could break it, then it could sit there and go higher, but doesn't look like it's trying to break it. Major support is going to be 82. So this thing is stuck between 197 and 82. Whichever way it breaks, that's the way it's got a high probability of trending, believe it or not. Even though it breaks these two levels, notice it has one major resistance level here, one major support level here to break. But this thing, believe it or not, is still tilted more towards the bearish side than bullish. Okay, so be very careful in trying to go bullish. I'll definitely be looking for probably bearish opportunities on lower time frames with very tight, for low risk and so forth. Australian yen, you could see here, and you're going to see this exhibit in a lot of yen pairs, where even though the last couple of days there's been a little push where the yen got a little weaker, really didn't make that much of a difference, believe it or not. There's a major resistance here at 95.96, which you cannot break, and it's been consolidating around there. The longer it consolidates around that area, the harder it's going to be to break. Major support it's been consolidating is 94.65. This is still leaning towards it being more and more bearish, believe it or not. The moment it breaks that support, it's going to sit there and probably go a lot lower. If it breaks a resistance, it's going to go a lot higher. But this is leaning more high probabilities to the bearish side, where the yen's going to get weaker against the Australian dollar. Australian Switzy here, you could see this is a bearish trend here. It's going for a major pullback. Question is, where is this major pullback upwards going to end? We're not quite sure. It looks like right now it registered the upward part of the major pullback to be 85.01, but we really won't know until it sits there and starts breaking some supports. Minor resistance is going to be 84.32. Minor support is going to be 83.03, and major support's roughly going to be around 81.81, which is about right there. Okay, so it's got to start breaking these supports to tell us that this upward pullback is done. But right now we don't see any signs of it breaking support, so all we could say is a little bearish movement down right now, but we have to wait and see if that is going to be fulfilled or not. Australian New Zealand, you can see bearish trending here. Now it's deciding to consolidate. The top of the consolidation pattern is 1040. The support is going to be 840, so it's consolidating between the two ranges right now. But this is still bearish, believe it or not, in the consolidation pattern. So you could basically start looking for bearish trades here at this resistance level to see if that holds on the lower time frames. Australian USD, you could see here, this is still bearish. It went for a major pullback and now it's starting to show signs of it possibly starting to come back down, just like you saw in Australian CAD, Australian yen, and so forth. So over here, major support is 92.06. Major resistance is 93.62. You notice in the last couple of weeks on all these charts with Australian, we talked about it going for a pullback. The trends were bearish where the Australian currency was weak, and now all of a sudden in the last couple of weeks the Australian currencies were strong. Now you're starting to see some signs where Australian currency is starting to weaken, so be very cautious of that. One way you could look at it is find the Australian currency that that was the weakest, that looks bearish, where the Australian currency was not that strong when it did go up, and try to play that down, and then look at the other ones where it was the opposite and play that going up, and kind of like a little pairs trade with Australian currencies. CAD Switzy, if you look here, CAD Switzy, nice little bearish trend going down. Now it's going for a pullback. It kind of hit a major pullback level at 84.04. The question is, will that sit there and hold that resistance level for a major pullback, or will it keep on going higher? We won't know until we kind of see exactly what happened to these two support levels at 82.43 and 81.12. If it holds here at 82.43, the support, it's going to sit there and possibly go higher and can come back all the way up to about 8600 level. If it breaks that and gets to 81.12, then we do have a possibility of getting down to 8,000 very, very fast, and we're even possibly going lower here, because this pullback was not much of a pullback at all. So we have to kind of see exactly what happens at these two support levels right now. And you can see this is a multiple time frame match at this 82.43 level, which kind of held here, and you're kind of showing here on the daily where you're at a minor support level right now. So if you look at the daily, the minor support level is 82.81, minor resistance level at 83.31. So it's kind of cornered right now, and it's kind of trying to determine what's going to happen. And believe it or not, today is going to really tell you a lot. CAD yen, it had a little upward movement last week, but just like the Australian yen, this is still bearish, believe it or not. Major resistance level is 94.90. Major support level, which is basically roughly around 83.30. But this is still bearish, believe it or not. And you could see here from the daily, it went all the way up to here, held the resistance, kind of pain down, and now we have to kind of see exactly what's going to happen. So there's a little conflict that's going on, but this is still due to the upward movement that happened last week with the yen, which was against the yen, but it's still bearish, believe it or not. Switzerland yen, this is still rolling to be bearish, believe it or not. Resistance here is going to be 113.57, which is kind of butting against right now. Let's enlarge this so you could see it. Right there, 113.57. It is going for its first major pullback. Question is, how far will it pull back? Did it stop where it is, or is it going to have a high probability in getting to 111.60 or 110? We're only going to know as long as it still could pull back, as long as it holds the major resistance at 114.74. Minor resistance is 113.57. Euro Australian, if you look at this guy right here, let's shrink this down a little. This is a major trend going up. It's going for its first major pullback right now. Major pullback level is going to be about 40.24. It didn't come all the way down there, kind of fell short of it, and then kind of pulled back a little. Minor resistance level is 45.08. Major resistance level is going to be basically 49.34. But this still has a high probability, believe it or not, to get down to 40.24. So keep an eye on this one to possibly go lower to get down to that level in the next couple of weeks. If it breaks that minor resistance level, then we're going to keep on going back up, and this basically may not come down here, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens at this minor resistance level. Euro CAD is at a minor resistance level too. This is undergoing a major pullback too. If it holds that resistance level, then we're going to come all the way down to 43.20, which will be the major pullback level. that's outlined for there. So notice between Euro Australian and Euro CAD are showing almost the same characteristics, where you're at a major and they're going for major pullbacks to the downside, where Euro is getting a little weaker, but they're at critical levels right now on resistances. Euro Switzy here, believe it or not, even though this seems to be pegged, is going lower. It's at a major support right now at 24.87, so it's going to be interesting to see if it holds that level or keeps on going down. Euro DKK has basically had a nice bullish trend here. It got destroyed because it couldn't sit there and hold any support levels at all. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Let me take that back. Major support level here is 45.21. If it breaks that support level here, then it's going to basically start a trend to the downside. But it's kind of weird how all of a sudden it got down here fast, and the way the chart pattern looks is that the probabilities are high that this thing still can go higher, believe it or not, as long as it holds this 45.21 level. Euro Pound. If you look at Euro Pound here, it basically bounced, held the support roughly, just with the bleeps below it at 79.51, and now it's trying to get to a minor resistance level at 80.43. If it breaks that, it definitely will get to 31.35, 81.35. But we're at a very critical level right now, where we get approaching a minor resistance level, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here. If it holds that, then this thing's going to continue to go down. If not, it's going to go up, and then at that point it'll get to major levels to the top side. Euro Yen, here this is going for a major pullback. It's at a major support right now. It's hard to see. Let me enlarge this, which is 136.76, and the major one is going to be 135.18, which is going to determine if this holds the major pullback level or reverses to go higher. So we're at minor one level right now, 136.76. If we hold that and start to go above higher, and we got to break the major resistance level 139.78 to continue the trend going up, but this is still showing signs of being bearish, believe it or not, where it does have a high probability coming down to 135.18 level. Euro NOK, this is basically showing it didn't hold the support at 3008, so it looks like it's trying to get down all the way down to here, which is 1425. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens there. But notice here again, it's showing some signs of Euro being weak, just like all the other currencies right now. Euro New Zealand, this basically held a support at 53.95, came all the way up to major resistance at 85.45. Looks like it's holding it, and looks like it's trying to come down. The key minor support that's going to be interesting to see is going to be at 56.52. If it breaks that, it's going to make a move down to 53.95 and break that to continue to go lower to test the bottom of this big consolidation ugly pattern. If it basically breaks that support, that resistance, and holds that support at 56.52, then we're going to have a possibility going higher all the way up to 16.39. So we're at very critical levels right now. We'll have to see exactly what's going to happen there. Euro SEK, this is still bullish, trending strong, but it's showing some signs of weakness here because it's holding a support at 14.12 and minor resistance at 24.03. Euro USD, which I'm sure everyone's waiting for, this is still going down. We're in a major pullback. The major pullback level is basically 33.69, which we're holding. If it breaks that, this thing's going to reverse, and the bullish momentum is pretty much going to be gone. It's got to start making a move to go up now. It seems like it's deciding to consolidate here, and you can see that from the daily, which is not good. It needs to start making a move to go up to about 34.99 and break that to start moving up if it wants to sit there, come back to retest the high and continue to go up. So we have to wait and see. But overall, if you look at the euro pairs, it seems like the euro still have some weakness left to go compared to a lot of currencies out there. Pound Australian, remember pound was strong, decided to go for a major pullback here. You could see here we're at a major pullback level right now. It's very critical to determine exactly how far this is going to pull back. This is a major support right now, which is 79.14. If this holds and then starts to make a move to go back up, it could sit there, possibly get back to 9,000 and break it to go higher. So it's good. This is a very, very critical support right now that we're at, that we have to determine to see exactly what's going to happen here. Pound Switzy, we're at a support level 2, believe it or not, which is at 50.58. It's got to hold here to continue to keep on going higher to keep this bullish trend intact. If it doesn't hold here, it's going to come down to 49.48, which is basically the support level that's going to determine if this is going to go through a major pullback or not. If this goes through a major pullback, this is going to look ugly. So this is very, very critical that this currency right here holds here. So you're at another level is major support for a pound currency. So pound Australian and pound Switzerland are critical support levels right now. Pound yen is approaching a critical support level, 169.46, to determine if it's going to sit there and hold this consolidation pattern. This consolidation pattern is one that's slowly going up, but it is a consolidation pattern. And the key is hold that 169.46 in order for it to be an upward consolidation pattern. Pound New Zealand is at a critical support level too, which is 96.51. If it holds that level and keeps on going higher, it could be an ugly consolidation pattern going up, or if it breaks this is going to go down, and it possibly could come all the way down to about 90.75 level. Pound USD is also at a critical support level of 67.20. Major resistance level is going to be about 69.32, and minor is going to be 68.22. If it breaks the support, we're going to undergo a first major pullback for this pound USD after this big trend here. Okay, so it's very critical right now that this thing starts to go up to continue its bullish trend. So notice a lot of the pound currencies are at major support levels for the trend to continue. If it breaks it, then these things are going to pull back some more. So you have Australian, that's basically a little showing you signs of being weakness coming into the next couple of months. You have pound currencies that are showing, euro currencies that are showing you there's still some signs of weakness in the euro. And then you got the pound, which is at critical support level to determine if it's going to be strong or weak now compared to a lot of currencies. New Zealand CAD, here this is bullish trending. Major support level is going to be 91.57. Major resistance is going to be it's not even marked up correctly. Major resistance is going to be here, which is at 93.54. If it gets back above 93.54, this is not gone for a major pullback, believe it or not. If it breaks to 91.57, this is going to go for its first major pullback after that bullish trend. Pound Switzy here, this is consolidating, but this is a bearish consolidation pattern. It had a chance to take off, really hasn't. Not holding this minor support at all, and it's trying to get to this major support level here, which is 75.90, but this is still showing you signs of being bearishness, which is not good. New Zealand yen, this is holding a support roughly around 80, I can't even see that, 85.58. Major resistance is going to be 87.45, but it's just consolidating here at the top. This is still bullish trending, still has not gone for a major pullback. The 87.45 level is going to determine if it keeps on holding this consolidation pattern and still has a probability of a pullback. If it breaks to 85.58, it's going to go for its first major pullback, so we'll have to see what happens in this guy. New Zealand USD set a major support at 84.37. It's got a hold here. Minor resistance is going to be 86.18. Singapore yen, this is still bullish and it's still consolidating bullish at the top, but it's slowly going up. So be careful because it does have a possibility of breaking that resistance here at 82.58 and then sitting there and exploding to go higher. So this one looks very strong compared to the yen, compared to the others that you saw so far. USD CAD, it basically got to a major resistance level at 974. This is critical level there, and critical support is basically 800. So right now we're trapped here. If it breaks that resistance level, we're going to go to retest that pivot high and have a high probability of retest of going higher. If it doesn't hold if it holds that resistance level and breaks that support, we're going to go back down here to about 620, which then at that point will look like we'll consolidate for at least a little while. And depending on how long we consolidate, either it's going to sit there, trend reverse, or it'll come back up to retest the high. USD Switzy, this is bearish trending. We got to a major pullback resistance level, which is 91.10. We held it, and now it looks like it's trying to get back to the supports at 89.72 and 89.06. Depending on what happens at these support levels here, we could determine if it's going to retest that low and break it, but we won't know until it gets back down to those minor support and major supports at 89.72 and 89.06. USD DKK, basically bearish trending here, going for a major pullback level. Major resistance is going to be around 59.04, which you basically hit. Now the key question is what's it going to do. Its support level is going to be 51.20 and 43.68. USD Hong Kong, basically it's ugly chart, not even worth talking about, so we're going to move on. US Yen here, believe it or not, is an ugly consolidation pattern at the top. It's still bullish in nature because it's holding the top of that cloud. All it has to do is break that resistance level at 103.13. If it does, it could retest the high and keep on going higher. A major support level is 191. If it breaks that, it's going to basically get down to 99.57, which then at that point it should hold to go higher. USD NOK basically hit the top of the consolidation pattern, 27.52, bounce off there, really not doing anything except consolidating. USD SEK really not doing anything, hit a resistance level here at 91.41, bounce off there, and we'll have to see what happens. But this is one ugly consolidation pattern. It's still tilted towards the bullish side, believe it or not, because it did make higher highs, but this is still one ugly consolidation pattern. USD Singapore, really not doing anything here. It's still tilted towards the bearish side. Held a major resistance level at 25.02, and looks like it's trying to get to 23.43. So notice Singapore was strong against the dollar, and also Singapore is strong against the yen. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Singapore dollar in the next couple of weeks. To summarize, basically, if you noticed, Australian currency seems like there's still some weakness left in it now, where it was nicely, you had a nice little thing where you had a bullish trend, whereas Australian currency was strong, then it got weak. Let me go back to that. Let me summarize. Don't have it too good a memory here. So, sorry, Australian currency was weak, where it started a bearish trend where it was very weak, and then basically it reversed for a major pullback, and basically where it got strong, and now it's starting to start signs of where it's going to basically go weak again to go retest the lows or highs on those currencies. So Australian currency looks like it's starting to get weak again. Euro currency looks like there's still some signs of it still being weak against a lot of currencies. Pound currencies are against major supports where it's do or die for a pound, but it looks like high probability the pound will probably get stronger in the next couple of weeks. New Zealand Switzy, New Zealand Yen, New Zealand USD. If you look at the New Zealand currencies, they're basically at major support. So New Zealand is a little strong right now. And if you look at the US currencies, basically, if you look at a lot of these here, this was very strong US over here. This was weak US here. And if you look at US yen here, US is strong. So US in general was strong against majority of the countries, but there's still some signs of weakness, but it looks like it could get strong again to continue to come back up. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us here. I will see you guys in 2 weeks.